Greetings, YouTuber. You have entered the world of electrified network gaming and streaming. And here is your host, all the way from the internet, Sly885.
Sup, YouTube? It's your boy, Sly885. Here we go. Alright. So, I'm uploading 2 React videos today. Check out the other one when I'm reacting to some new trailer, new reveal about Sonic Colors Ultimate coming out for modern platforms. For now, here's a video that's funny but also serious at the same time. It's from I'm going to react to Jonathan Pie. I missed out on his most recent video before this one a few weeks ago, and I really wish I reacted to that, because when I watched it on my own days later, I felt like I had a bunch to say. But let's react to this one. I listened to a little bit of it before I fully download it, so I kind of have the gist of what he's referring to, and I actually do have a lot to say about it, so let's do this.
In a video obtained by the Washington Post, where Republican Senator Ron Johnson suggests that the FBI may have been behind the January 6th Capitol riot.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Why would they do that?
Capitol riots. I'd forgotten all about this.
I kind of did too, actually.
You remember this? With thousands of angry MAGA hats storming the Capitol, threatening to hang Mike Pence. Do you remember
that was the vice president. Why would you do that?
No, neither do the Republicans. Fucking cowards.
Yeah, they are.
These Republican congressmen, they are fucking cowards.
They are. They truly are.
Pretending shit didn't go down the way we all saw it go down.
Yeah.
Yes, you hate the Democrats and you hate liberals and abortion and guns. No, you love guns.
Yeah, they do love
guns. No doubt it is inconvenient for you that it was Republican voters doing the rioting. I get it, okay?
Yeah.
But you saw the same pictures I saw, with my actual eyes.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Angry mob storming the Capitol and changing the American flag for the Trump flag and smashing shit up whilst rifling through Nancy Pelosi's drinks cabinet.
Yeah.
And people being killed, murdered.
Yeah.
We all saw it. You can't just pretend it. It wasn't CGI. It was live news. Half of you were in the fucking building at the time, being protected by law enforcement officers you are now undermining for your own political gain, you fucking cowards.
That is
the
fucked
same
up.
Republicans
that is really
who
fucked
were
up.
shouting at BLM god-darn woke liberals for wanting to defund the police just voted en masse against funding the Capitol Police. Why? Because funding the Capitol Police is a partisan issue now. Why? Because the Capitol Police risked their lives protecting Republican congressmen and women from an armed insurrection that didn't happen, according to Republican congressmen and women.
Oh, God.
The party of law and order. They shout Blue Lives Matter and then call the police pussies and traitors just for saying what happened that day. Abandoned because their truth and experiences don't fit with your political message, which is nothing to see here. 4 of the police officers who were there that day have subsequently committed suicide. Shame on you.
That's so sad. I didn't know that.
It certainly still feels like Trump's America, doesn't it?
Oh
I don't want to talk about the low-hanging fruit that is Donald Trump. And by low-hanging fruit, I mean testes. But just look at what's left of America. They've reached a point where rooting against their national Olympic team and being okay with your fellow Americans dying of COVID and racially abusing police officers and threatening to kill the Speaker of the House on the steps of the Capitol are seen as patriotic. And where trying to understand what happened on January the 6th is seen as more treasonous than the attack itself.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
This is Trump's legacy, the erosion of truth. Trump was truth's kryptonite, the nemesis of truth, this green lump of, this orange lump of toxic anti-truth with an ego so fragile that he would rather undermine democracy itself than admit to his most rabid supporters that he lost.
Yeah, that's
My
true.
Twitter feed, it's full of people telling me there's plenty of evidence that he won, but when you ask them for it, they all go, "Oh, fuck off, you snowflake."
Yeah, they
But
can,
let's
they
give
can't
them
find
the benefit
evidence.
of the
There's
doubt.
no
Okay,
evidence.
Let's do that, because presumably the majority of the people storming the Capitol genuinely believe Trump won the election, because he told them that he did. As
Yeah.
far as they are concerned, they were protecting American democracy. Well, if that is the case, surely you want an investigation into that sequence of events, right? You'd welcome the truth coming out, because
Okay,
you'd
good.
be a hero.
It's loud enough.
And if it really was the FBI or Antifa or the ghost of JFK pulling the strings that
Really?
day, you'd want an investigation into that sequence of events too, right? Because one way or another, it happened. We all saw it happen, as did Russia and China and the Taliban, who all rubbed their hands with glee.
Oh, I bet they did, yes.
This denial
Oh, yeah.
of truth, in case it contradicts your opinion, is a cancer that is killing America. It's killing democracy across the globe, where we don't believe our own eyes if we don't agree with what we see. A global pandemic of misinformation and mistrust. We've decided that anything outside our belief system or political bent is fake. You choose the facts you like and dismiss the ones you don't. No one wants the truth anymore. So as far as Trump is concerned, mission accomplished.
Yeah, basically.
Well, last week we heard some emotional testimony from some of the police officers who were there, but is their testimony reliable?
Okay. All right, so the fact is the riots at the Capitol building absolutely happened. Who were the people involved in it? Trump supporters who believed in the false claim by Trump himself that Biden cheated and Trump actually had more votes and won. Okay, let me just point out some facts as to why there's literally no way Trump would have won this election. Now, I already made an election prediction video in November, and I correctly predicted every single state except two of them. I predicted Biden would beat Trump 279 to 259. The only states I got wrong were Arizona and Georgia. I thought those were going to go to Trump. They actually went to Biden, which I did not expect. So Biden actually won by more than I thought he'd win by. So the facts are Trump botched the pandemic, and don't bullshit with some story that he actually didn't. I have family who moved to Idaho years ago because it's way more affordable there than it is here in California. I had considered it before. I had considered it because it's more affordable. There's great industries rising in Boise, but decided not to. And now I'm really glad I didn't, because it's like culture shock over there compared to here. They are rabid Trump supporters there, and they will literally believe everything he says, and it's sad. I don't know how. I can't believe somebody who lies as much as he does has a cult that believes literally every word he says. It's pathetic. Form your own opinions. Please think for yourself. I know you're brainwashed by what Fox News says, and a lot of these people legitimately think that Fox News is legit. They actually think they are truthful. They actually think they are unbiased. But no, granted, the mainstream media itself, NBC, ABC, CBS, whatever, they show their biases for the establishment. And they would seem a little left-leaning, but if you really paid attention, they try their best not to be left-leaning. They talk on a conservative point of view sometimes too, but that's neither here or there. I don't like the mainstream media. They hate progressives, and I don't like that they hate progressives. They talk about progressives like they're a horrible thing and they want them gone. It's horrible they talk like that. Example was somebody on the establishment media was when Bernie Sanders was dominating the primaries of 2020, was saying the establishment has to do something to stop this momentum. But the way she said it was talking from the perspective of somebody who hates that Bernie Sanders is winning. And then, of course, the major coup, all the candidates joined Joe Biden, and then Biden won every state after that. In the primaries, I think there actually was legitimate cheating because they hate progressives that much. But in the general election, they would never need the cheat to beat Trump. He screwed up so badly. He lost to himself. And I'm sorry to you Trump supporters, but yes, he lost to himself. Biden was not a good candidate. He really wasn't. And his running mate, Kamala Harris, wasn't good either. People are talking about how she's a black woman and that's great, but no, it isn't. It doesn't matter what race or gender she is. The fact is, when she was the Attorney General of California, she was corrupt as hell. She would leave innocent people on death row when evidence was proven of their innocence until the courts forced her to let them out. That's fucking horrible. I don't care what race or gender you are, that is fucked up. So, in fact, if people really paid attention, they'd see that she's part of the establishment and she's a police dictator type of person, which is what Black Lives Matter is actually against. Anyways, so there's hypocrisy on both sides. There is. There totally is. But the hypocrisy on the Trump side is insane. I'm sorry. Now, there are legitimate reasons to support him. Or at least there used to be. He did seem like that outsider, but he turned out to actually not really be that much of an outsider to begin with. He did some things that actually made things worse for everybody except for the rich, like what everybody in the government has been doing. But honestly, the thing is, Trump is a big baby. He has a giant ego. He's a 70-year-old man-child. I'm sorry, but this guy has never grown up. He seriously hasn't. He is the biggest man-child I have ever seen in my life. And I'm sorry to say again, but he is probably the dumbest person to have ever been president. And that's saying a lot because we had George W. Bush not that long before. He wasn't the brightest bulb. To be fair, George W. Bush actually is, if you think about it, he actually is a pretty smart guy. He did go to Yale after all. But as president, he was pretty stupid. And he did say stupid things, but Trump said stupid things a lot more. Look, you could find the most intelligent person out there, and they could actually be stupid in a leadership role because their intelligence is used towards a different skill. You know, leadership is a different skill than a lot of the skills. In fact, sometimes not the brightest bulb is a leader. For example, Trump was president. Get away from me, you stupid bee. Ugh, B's a freaking Trump supporter. Oh, he went that way, actually. That way, actually. Never mind. Looks weird. Anyway, I also want to say this. The people who stormed the U.S. Capitol, you think you're fighting for something, but I'm sorry, you're a bunch of immature little bitches. That's just pathetic. You're so immature, and you're such sore losers over your God losing, who won't admit defeat himself. You're such pathetic sore losers that you'd resort to storming the Capitol and actually killing people. I'm sorry, but that is like spoiled brat on steroids. That is pathetic. Pathetic. Anyways, move on. deal with it. I moved on and dealt with it when Bernie Sanders lost to Joe Biden. I hate that he didn't win the primary, because Bernie Sanders was far more deserving of the presidency. But the establishment hates progressives. But I moved on. So, Trump supporters, move on. And yeah, going on about why I'm glad I didn't move to Idaho, I'm just going to point out, I was talking to somebody there, and as soon as my brother said that I'm a liberal from California, it triggered something in this guy. And he just talked to me about how Biden didn't win legitimately when he totally did. I mean, each state that Trump questioned, they double-checked, triple-checked, some even quadruple-checked, quintuple-checked the results, and each time Biden had won. How much more proof do you need? Oh, and by the way, there are people who support Trump who think that the pandemic was handled greatly. Right. By the way, the U.S. has the most deaths by far, and we're only the third most populated country in the world with over 330 million people. The two most populated countries in the world we're not even close to. India and China both have over 1 billion people. We're not even close. The virus started in China. They should have the most deaths, but we do. And our population is far less than theirs, and we don't even have big enough cities to warrant that. New York City is the most populated city in the U.S., but it's not even in the top 10 most populated cities in the world. It's in the top 15, I think, but not even the top 10. The most populated and condensed cities in the world are all in Asia. I think there might be one or two in Europe, but they're primarily all in Asia. If anything, China or maybe another country in Asia should have had the most deaths. The U.S. had literally no excuse to have the most deaths. We don't even have cities that are large enough to warrant that, or crowded enough to warrant that. And we're not even the most populated country in the world. So yes, anybody who thinks it's a matter of opinion that the U.S., whether the U.S. was good or bad at the pandemic, I'm sorry, you're wrong. The U.S. did horrible. The most deaths by a landslide, and we didn't even have a good reason to. Mostly because incompetent leadership. That's it. And people, and Trump convincing his followers that it's a conspiracy, and his followers are like, oh, we must never wear masks. It's a breach of freedom. Like, dude, shut up. Quit being a crybaby. You're putting a mask on. So what? What's the big deal? It's nothing. That's the thing. His cult, and I'm not saying most Trump supporters are, just the ones that are part of the cult are a bunch of little babies. They really are. They whine over the littlest things. Like it's really that much of an inconvenience to wear this. I mean, you willingly wear a fucking mask on fucking Halloween. Just chill out and wear one of these, which only covers part of your face. No big deal. Well, I was going on way longer than I expected. Before we end, I want to make sure you guys clearly know that I, in fact, do not just do React videos. I do a bunch of other things, and as you can see with Jonathan Pie, I have a lot to say. But let me show you something else real quick before I close out this video. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Slide8Fry here. I'm just going to let you know that if you want more than just React videos and some stuff that's more original, check out my Sonic movie review, which I uploaded as recent as July 29th, 2021. I put a lot of time and effort into this video. It took months to actually upload it fully. It's here. Check it out. I really worked hard on it. Plus, I got other videos as well. My channel wasn't always about React videos. It used to be actually a gaming channel. I also used to have a secondary channel that has now been discontinued. That is a channel full of original comedy videos, ones I made and were original. Also, early this year, I uploaded a 30th anniversary Sonic the Hedgehog review of the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. Now, this actually is a re-upload of a video I had uploaded to one of my discontinued secondary channels in 2015, but I decided to re-upload it for Sonic's 30th anniversary this year and add some additional effects and some sound corrections and so on. Anyways, now you know my channel is more than just React videos, but I'm going to keep making them anyway, as it's less time consuming. It makes it easier to actually keep getting more content out there. But also look forward to some of my more original stuff, as well as more upcoming movie reviews and video game reviews as well. that was pretty dumb of me to forget to actually turn off the microphone. Sorry. But I think you get the gist of that little plug at the end for my Sonic movie review. Please, for something more fun, more upbeat, not political at all, check out my Sonic movie review. Check out my other content. Like I said, my channel is primarily a gaming channel. Also check out that I have actually a compilation of my comedies that I briefly showed in that video with the funny videos from Flashback Productions. I actually have a compilation of those comedies right here on Slide88 Fry, so go check that out when you get a chance as well. It's the length of a movie, actually. Not a long movie, hour 47. But please do check that out, and check out my other videos. Check out my other React videos. I've reacted to a lot of Jonathan Pie videos, not all of them. I missed the one that came out 2 weeks ago. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell icon to add me notifications. Have a good one. And check out my other React video from today, too, which was much, much shorter than this one, as it's to a short sneak peek at some things from the Sonic Colors Ultimate coming out later this year.